Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And yes, of course, I have my lighting, I have my fan. And how you doing in YouTube land? Haven't said that in a while. Please make sure to give this video a like, a share, subscribe to the channel. All of that helps out the channel. Thank you so much in advance. It is my pleasure to announce that I have the honor and pleasure and the delight of returning to Modern Druid in Nyack, New York in July. I will be there on Saturday, July 18th and Sunday, July 19th, 2026. I will be there from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on both dates. And there have been a few changes since then. Now keep in mind, I am someone who does not own a metaphysical supply store. I do not own a magical supply store. So when it comes to how things are run in a store, I can say to the owners, I like that, I don't like that, I am okay with this, I'm not okay with this. But there's also a level of trust. And that was one of the reasons why I refrained from being affiliated with a metaphysical supply store, because I did not want someone to dishonor me, dishonor my trust, violate my trust, etc. Because that had happened before. That's happened a few times in my life. So, and I say all of this to let you know that Morgana, one of the two co-owners of Modern Druid, as well as the chief magic maker of Modern Druid, came up with a few suggestions courtesy of her own druidic guides. And one of those changes is that when I'm at the store, I'm no longer offering 15-minute readings or 45-minute readings. And I've actually decided not to offer them in my private practice as well, which quite frankly, the number of people who would have a 45-minute reading with me, I don't even remember the last time that happened. Maybe it happened last year or in 2024. I don't remember. And in my private practice, I do not offer 15-minute readings. There's no point. I wouldn't do it. If they want to pay for a 1 hour for 15 minutes, then maybe we'll talk. But yeah, barring that, no. So now going forward, when I'm at Modern Druid, for being in the store, I will only offer 1 hour readings and half-hour readings. The fee for a 1 hour reading with me at Modern Druid is $160 USD. And the fee for a half-hour reading with me at Modern Druid is $85 USD. The reason why this Morgana's guides wanted to raise the fees for me is because she also wanted it to be concurrent with what the other readers charge. And she felt, and her guides felt, that if I charged less, then it might create friction between the other readers and Morgana, and the other readers and me. And I did not want that. I certainly did not want to create a problem with Morgana, with her husband Eric, who is also the co-founder, the co-owner, as well as the chief mischief maker. And yes, one of his nicknames is Loki. Don't remind me. And I really hold the other readers in high esteem. I've only worked with 2 of them on a regular basis, or at least a semi-regular basis, but I adore them as human beings. I admire them and respect them and honor them as fellow professional intuitives and professional readers. So to do anything that would cause any friction between Morgana and them and me, and Morgana and me, I'm not interested in that. So to keep the peace with everybody, Morgana, as well as Morgana's guides, were like, we're going to have Robert charge more when he's in the store. And I know for a fact that there is somebody who had the opportunity to have a half-hour reading with me back in April at Modern Druid's rates, and now is going to need to pay another $20. So I'm like, well, you had the opportunity, you didn't do it, I can't help you. Because again, I don't own the store, I don't co-own it, so I need to be able to adhere to the instructions of the owners. So that being said, it is still a discounted rate, at least for the half-hour reading. I actually was surprised when Morgana told me that I would now charge $160 for a 1-hour reading at Modern Druid, because that's exactly what I charge for a 1-hour reading in my professional psychic practice. But you know what? I have been saying for years, the gods just want to give me more money. They do. And who am I to say, no, gods, how dare you? Who am I to say that? I'm not. So all that being said, I do look forward to returning, and Morgana and Eric actually gave me a beautiful gift after the last time I was there, the first time that I was there in the store officially. And it's such a beautiful gift. I'm not going to share what it is just yet. I will happily share it with all of you afterward. But just know that I was humongously honored, number one. And number two, I was just, I was just like, wow. Just wow. So yeah, so again, the dates are Saturday. You know what, let me reconfirm this, just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to talk out of my ass, as fine as an ass as it is. So yes, I will be back at Modern Druid on Saturday, July 18th, and Sunday, July 19th, 2026, and 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on both dates. Now, there will be an online booking thing that you can access to book your virtual reading. Although it is my understanding that people are using that booking link, which will be included in the accompanying blog post for this video, for in-person readings as well. So it does not matter if you're having an in-person or if you're having a virtual, whether it's phone or video, you're going to use that online booking link to access, to schedule, and confirm your appointment. And that is definitely something very important. I do not know how many people will do this, because I will tell you, the Sunday that I was there in April, I was booked up the entire day. In fact, there was one last reading that happened after the store officially closed. So, and that was because of Morgana's permission. Morgana checked in with me. She was like, do you think you can handle one more reading? I said, yes, I can. She's like, I'll get the client over. And that's exactly what she did. So I will tell you that it is definitely in a strong recommendation on your part to book once that booking link is published and live, because I was quite surprised at the number of people that booked up. And there were people that booked for the following day on Saturday. And I was even more surprised that 2 of those appointments on Sunday were for 1-hour readings. So just know that if you think you're going to want a 1-hour reading instead of a half hour, I would go with the 1 hour, because once those appointments are set, they're going to look at it like, okay, this is what's available. So I just want to let you know that, because one thing I am very happy to say is that Morgana and Eric absolutely recommended me to everybody in earshot. They were working their butts off to book me up fast. And it was such a beautiful thing to see. It really made me so happy, because I've been in situations before where I'm doing all the advertising, and I'm like, why am I doing all the advertising? You own this establishment. You're running this event. Why am I the only one that's like, hey? So that made me very happy, and it really did a great job on eliminating a lot of fears and insecurities and doubts that I had. That being said, there are certain decks that I'm always going to bring to Modern Druid. One of them is one of my favorite decks. It is a tarot deck called the Hierophanies Tarot, and it was created by Klaus Piachaki, and I am pretty sure that I've mispronounced his surname yet again. I love Klaus's energy because not only is he a talented artist, he is a bisexual, trans, queer man who is also a magical practitioner. And I love the fact that the tarot cards are a little bit larger than standard size. They're wider as opposed to taller. And I love that. It's like, it really, I mean, my hands are medium size, but it really has a nice heft to my hands. Like the physical weight is very nice. And I know that it's at least 300 GSM on the paper stock. And it has a box and it's beautiful. But I also love the fact that it has 4 different lovers cards. Thank you, Apollo. This time it's Apollo's turn not to be seen, but to be heard. Whereas this one is just sitting pretty on my keyboard. And of course, I must ask Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, to do a quick close-up of Durga. Isn't she pretty? Look at how pretty she is. Yes, Apollo just wants to be heard and not seen. That's fine. So yeah, so the Hierophanies Tarot will definitely be available for readings. It's become one of my personal favorite decks, and the fact that it is inclusive and it shows different people of different ethnic backgrounds, different genders, different ages, makes me especially happy. Another deck that I'm absolutely including in my usual roster of decks at Modern Druid is the Lunar Nomad Oracle, because the creator of that beautiful deck, it's an oracle deck, is Shaheen Miro. Shaheen Miro is gay, he is an artist, he is a writer, he's very talented, and I love the fact that the deck is based on Lenormand. Some of you know in YouTube land that I have become quite enamored with the Lenormand card reading system. I am going to bring a more traditional Lenormand deck. I just haven't decided which one. I have a pretty good idea though. And I am especially happy that there are certain other decks that are going to be showing up more often at Modern Druid as well. So of course, if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to leave them in the comments. And for those of you who want to pre-book in advance, my recommendation to you would be to email me, and my email address will show up on the screen like magic. I love doing that. I'm telling you, I do not get tired of doing that. I love doing that. Boss, you going to be in the video? Boss just walked away. She is not going to be in the video. She's not even going to be heard. She's not in the video. She's waving her tail back and forth, but whatever. So yes, by all means, leave it in the comments if you have any questions. The accompanying blog post will answer all of your questions, but if there is something that is not addressed and you want to email me, you can do so by emailing me, and once again, my email address will show up on the screen like magic. I'm telling you, I do not get tired of doing that. So of course, I want to once again thank Modern Druid for opening their doors to me yet again, for welcoming me with open arms and open hearts, and for giving me the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people and to spend time and energy in the beautiful municipality of Nyack in the state of New York. And to all of you in YouTube land, as always, Stay in tune with your intuition. Stay safe. Stay well. Stay hydrated. Stay hopeful. Stay happy if you can. And acknowledge your feelings if you can't be happy in that moment. And stay tuned for the next video.